Okay. 141. Anybody has doubt? (141) not. Okay. 142. Any doubt? (143). 144. 145.
So 145.
145. Okay. The equation circle which passes through the point 3, 2 bisects the circumference of this circle and this circle, and this one and our cuts are turning this one. 3 conditions. Okay. So what is this bisecting the circumference? We discussed 2 methods. There is a circle where another circle passes through 2 of the points on this perimeter such that distances are equal. Then we say the bigger circle is bisecting the smaller circle. For that to happen, how to check? Subtract these to get this line, and that should become diameter of the smaller circle. Or you take this center and this, they should form Pythagoras triangle here. C1, C2, R1, R2. If we take C1, C2 square is R1 square minus R2 square, also they are bisected. Generally, we subtract, and that should be diameter of the smaller circle. That's how we check. So in 145, you can take general circle GFC. Okay, and check for all the 3 conditions. Okay, so if that is going to be lengthy, you have to do from the options. So shall I do it, or is it okay?
No, sir, I'll do it.
Okay. (146). Any doubt? This you can easily check. Subtract these, you will get a line, and that should pass to center of the second circle. You will directly get here. This also 1% is indirectly bisecting the circumference. Okay, 148 or 149. Any doubt, anybody?
Sir, can you explain 147 just beginning?
Okay. To take that circle as x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fi plus c equal to 0. Subtract from the first circle, you will get radical axis, and that should pass to origin, the center of the first circle. Subtract the GFC circle from the second circle, you will get a line that should pass to 3, 4, the center of the second circle. Every time the common chord should be diameter, it should pass to center. Like it will get 3 conditions. Solve them, you will get GFC values. Is it okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay, up to 149. Anybody any doubt?
149.
149. Okay. ABC is a triangle in the radical center of the circle with ABBC as a diameter. So that is orthocenter. Yeah. Maybe I did not discuss in the class explicitly. It did not come up as a question, maybe, but I can tell as a general theory that when you take 3 circles, it will have a radical center. But that will be what? Is it in center of the triangle with centers as vertices, or orthocenter as circumcenter? It can be anything. Let us take 3 circles of equal radius. These are 3 circles of equal radius. In this case, where is the radical center? Whenever you take 2 circles of same radius, then only the radical axis perpendicular bisect of line joining center. That is, it is always perpendicular to line joining centers, no doubt, but it will pass through midpoint. Okay, only when the 2 circles are of same radius. If they are different radius, definitely will not pass through the midpoint of the 2 centers. So now here these 2 circles have same radius, so the radical axis perpendicular bisector of this side, similarly this side and this side. Okay. Now the point, this is actually the 3 perpendicular bisectors. So obviously the circumcenter. So whenever 3 circles have same radius, the radical center of the 3 circles is nothing but circumcenter of the triangle which centers as a vertices. What if They're touching external. One is like this, one is like this, and one is like this. Okay, three different radius, but they're touching externally. Then, whenever two circles are touching internal externally, the common tangent at the point of contact is the radical axis. Here, this is a radical axis, this is a radical axis. We take this center and this center and this center to join. This is 90, this is 90, this is 90. And all these three lengths are equal because these are all lengths of tangents. That means there is a point inside the triangle from which the perpendicular distance to all three sides are equal. That means you can take that as a radius and draw a small circle that will touch all these three sides. Okay. So this point, which is the radical center, became in center of the triangle with centers as like this. Okay. So here circumcenter and here ecenter. It can be excenter also. If there is one big circle and in that there are two small circles, then these two will have a radical axis like this, these two will have a radical axis like this, these two will have a radical axis like this. From that, the perpendicular distance to this line joining centers and this line joining centers, whatever extension, this. All these are equal. But this point is outside. You can take this as the center, this as the radius, you'll get a circle like this. For this triangle of line joining the centers, this center, this center, this center, this etc. You can also get orthocenter. When is that? All of you try to do one thing. Just randomly draw one triangle. Okay. Randomly draw one scalene triangle. Not right angle triangle, scalene triangle. This is ABC. Take these two as ends of diameter, you'll get one circle, draw that. Take these two as ends of diameter, you'll get one triangle, one circle, draw that. Okay. Circle with A and B as ends of diameter, and circle with A and C as ends of diameter. Just draw in rough pace, not a problem. Please put on your videos, everyone. Okay, all of you drawn a circle with A and B as ends of diameter and circle with A and C as ends of diameter? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now, you might have drawn correct, you might have drawn wrong. Okay. When is that correct, when it is wrong? You might have drawn rough figure, but few points you have to take. What is that? You are drawn with these two as ends of diameter and these two as ends of diameter. Are they intersecting at A? Are the two circles intersecting at A or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes. They are intersecting at one more point. Where is that for you?
Sir,
Those two circles, they'll intersect at A and one more point. Where
Some
is that?
line of these.
on BC, sir.
Yeah. So if you are not marked that, then it will be wrong. So what I am going to do, first I am going to draw three altitudes. You may ask why. I'll explain why. If I take a circle with A and B as ends of diameter, definitely it should pass through this point and this point. No doubt about it. Because angle in a semicircle is 90. So when you draw a circle with A and B as ends of diameter, you should pass through this and this. When you draw a circle with A and C as ends of diameter, this is 90, this is 90. So it should pass through this and this. Right? Okay. So now what is the common chord? Is nothing but this only, which is altitude, AL. Okay. So AL is a common chord of these two circles, which is the radical axis. Similarly, if you take B and C as ends of diameter, you'll get like this one more. I can use different colors if I wanted to. Then for this circle and this circle, BM is the common chord or radical axis. And for this and this CN is the common chord or altitude. So the three altitudes are radical axis here, you have to understand. The three altitudes are common chords, they are also radical axis. So orthocenter is the what? Here radical center. Okay, so I showed you 4 cases in the figure where the radical center can be circumcenter of a particular triangle, excenter of a particular triangle, incenter of a particular triangle, orthocenter also of a particular triangle. Okay. Now coming to the present question, They said ABC is a triangle. The radical center is given, and B and C are given. They want A. It is like altitude is given, B is given, C is given. You have to find A. I'm sure the first year you have this kind of question. This is one altitude. This is one altitude. This is one altitude. This is given. This is given. Indirectly, orthocenter is given. They want to find A. Yeah. Can you find this line equation? Yes. You know these 2 points. You know this slope. You can find this slope. You know point. You can find this line equation. And can you find this line equation? Yes. You know these 2 points. You know this slope. From that you know this slope because they're perpendicular. You know this point. You can find. So all these will get this point. Actually, for this triangle, this is orthocenter, and for this triangle, this is orthocenter. For HBC triangle, A is only orthocenter. Orthocenter will be outside the triangle. Okay, so you can find that. Is it okay for 149, or shall I complete the whole solution and all that? Whoever asked out 149, is it clear? Okay, fine.
Can you explain it?
I should explain again. Okay. Okay. If we take a general scalene triangle and draw altitude first, if we take A and B as ends of them and give the names also, LMN, the circle with A and B as ends of diameter should pass through M and L. Okay, that will be like this. The circle with the A and C as ends of diameter should pass through N and L because the angle in a semicircle is 90. So that circle will be like. So what is the altitude of this green triangle and this red triangle? Sorry, green circle and red circle. What is the common chord of this red circle and this green circle?
AL, sir.
AL, which is altitude, right? Similarly, if I take B and C as ends of diameter, I'm drawing a blue circle here. Okay, I should draw it properly, but it's okay. Now, if I take blue and green, the radical axis C and altitude. If I take red and blue, BM is the common chord. So the radical axis are the common chord of, if you take any two circles, you are getting a particular altitude. Why it is altitude? Because the circle with these two ends of diameter should pass through these 2 points where angle in a semicircle is 90, which is exactly the feet of the altitude. So Pranay, are you clear that the 3 common chords are nothing but the 3 altitudes only here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what is that point of intersection of the 3 radical axes will be orthocenter now. So they gave that orthocenter, they gave B, they gave C, they gave E. First year we studied this one more point that if in a triangle, if you draw 3 altitudes and this is orthocenter, for triangle ABC, H is orthocenter. But for triangle HBC, what is the orthocenter? It will be A.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So it is like 3 vertices are given, you want to find orthocenter. Whether you understand A is orthocenter or not important. You know these 3 points, you know this is 90, this is 90. Okay, right? You find this slope, from that you'll get this slope, you know this point, you can find this line. You know these 2 points, you know this slope, from that you'll get this slope, you know this point, you can find this line. So all these 2 lines will get point. I hope it's clear now for everyone.
Yes, sir.
Yes. All right. 150. Anybody any doubt? 151. (152) or 153.
Sir, 152. I didn't got correct answer, sir.
Okay, let me check if a system of circles pass through 2, 3 and cuts the circle orthogonally, then the equation of locus of control is circle. Oh, that will be the radical axis of these two. You take 2, 3 as a point circle, find the equation and subtract it. So if I do that, what will I will get? 4x plus 6y plus 1 or something. What is this? 9 plus 4 or 13. This is x square plus y square minus 4x minus x square minus 13, and this is minus 12. So minus 1. Constant is 1 should come. They did not give 1. Is that what you're asking? Am I right? I think it was positive. Right. Yeah, it is radical axis of these two. Okay. So I should get here equal to 13. Constant should come 1. Okay. They might have given 25 or something.
Sir, I'm getting plus 25, sir.
We are getting plus 25.
Option B plus 25.
But, it should not be right. Because okay, I can use C1 C2 square equal to D square equal to R1 square plus R2 square. Let's say I want to use it. The required center, I'll take x1 comma y. So what is the distance between the centers, which is x1 square plus y1. R1 square is the radius of one circle is equal. R2 square is the distance to 2, 3, which is x1 minus 2 whole square plus y1 minus 3 whole square. So 25 I'm taking. If I find radical axis, why will I not get? Because I'll get plus 13. Yeah, correct, 25, right? So 1 minute, minus 4x minus 6y plus 13 equal to 0. This is minus 12. So 4x plus 6y minus 25 only coming. What is the problem? Nothing much here. 4x, minus 4x minus 6y bring this coming. All right. I directly done radical axis of the point circle and the given circle. To subtract, will get. Or to use orthogonality condition also will get. Is it okay?
Okay, sir. I'll check it.
Okay, 153 or 154. Anybody any doubt? All right. Okay, no doubt. 155 or 156. Any doubt? On 57. I hope these questions you are doing by radical center. I hope, for example, 157. To take 1, 1 as a center, 0 as the radius, you'll get a circle. If you know 3 circles, you know how to find the radical center and how to find the corresponding circle, which is intersecting all 3 orthogonally. I hope you are doing that way, right? I'm not able to hear any voice. Can somebody speak?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm able to hear now. So what I'm saying is, all of you know, if 3 circles are given, How to find a circle intersecting all three orthogonally? You'll find two radical axes, solve them, you'll get center. From that, you find length of tangent to any one of them, you'll get root S11. You know center and radius, you can find a circle equation. That's how we'll find a circle intersecting three given circles orthogonally, right?
Yes, sir.
Coming to present 157 question also, you can do like that. How? Two circles are given and 1, 1 is given. You take 1, 1 as a center and 0 as a radius. You'll get a circle. You now again take a same question. Three circles and a circle intersecting all these three orthogonally. Passing through a point means intersecting orthogonally that point circle. You can treat it like that. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, 158 or 159. Anybody any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay, that's it. So everybody completed all these questions? Okay. So we're done at least roughly 2 weeks or more than that, where basics were taught and you're done at least on each formula. Practically some question was there here in this 150 question. That is like a good revision. Okay, now we'll continue advanced material questions. There are doubts I may not be able to clarify today. Monday onwards, I'll start discussing advanced material, even numbers doubts. Okay. Thank you, John. Okay, what is the last thing we've done? Yeah, we discussed about 35. We completed that discussion, right? I said the question is wrong, don't worry about it. And if it is correct, how to do it. Okay, let us discuss 37 now. The equation of the circle described on the chord of the circle as diameter. Okay, so discuss. Seven. Your physics syllabus is almost over or anything is left? Can somebody respond? Physics?
Sir, the chapter is left, sir.
Which chapter? Okay. 37, the equation of the circle described on the chord. Okay, fine. Yeah. So we have a circle and we have a line with these two things as ends of diameter. All of you, please put on your video. Whoever video is off, please don't make us repeat. Okay, earlier we discussed three methods for this. Somebody can take s plus lambda L equal to 0. I will get a center. The question is, a circle and line are intersecting at 2 points. Take this as ends of diameter. We'll get a new circle. What is that? Put off this center on this line you find. We'll get the center of the required circle. And root r square minus d square will give you the radius of the new circle. You can do that. Or take s plus lambda L equal to 0. Find the center of that in terms of lambda. Put it in this line. You get lambda back and put that. Also, you can do it. Somebody can really find these 2 points. And if you know ends of diameter, you can find the circle equation by solving the circle and line. If the points will come surds, nothing to worry. We'll get a coordinate equation with, if you eliminate y, you'll get a coordinate equation with these two as the roots. If you eliminate x, you'll get a coordinate equation with these two x coordinates the roots. The two coordinate equations you add also get the circle equation. So you can do by any one of the methods. Let's say method 1, I want to use s plus lambda L equal to 0. That is x square plus y square minus 16 plus lambda into 3x plus y plus 5 equal to 0. What is the center of this? minus 3 lambda by 2 minus lambda by 2. Okay. What this center should do? It should lie on this line. So let us put it in the line. 3 into minus 3 lambda by 2 minus lambda by plus 5 equal to 0. That is minus 9 lambda and 10 lambda equal to 10. So we get lambda equal to 1. When I put that lambda 1 back, we will get x square plus y square plus 3x plus y minus 11 equal to 0. Okay, so it became very simple. You can by finding foot and all that, you can do it. This is easy. Your finding foot also should not be lengthy because origin is the center. Finding foot is easy. Okay, so already you've done this kind of question. Nothing new. Like a revision. Are we clear about 37, right? And 39 is very easy. The equation have to pass into this and point s plus lambda l substitute 1 comma 2. So there is a circle, there is a line, and there is a point. There is a new circle passing through this point. What is the circle? So again, you take s plus lambda l equal to 0. X square plus y square minus 4x minus 6 square minus 21 plus lambda into dx plus 4y plus 5 equal to 0. Substitute 1 comma 2 will get lambda, put it back. Then you put 1 comma 2 here, 1 plus 5 minus 4 minus 12 minus 21 plus 4. Lambda into 3 plus 8 plus 5 equal to 0. 4 and 4 will cancel. Minus 42 equal to 60. Odd 5 and 1 42. So lambda equal to 2. Put that 2 back, we will get x square plus y square. 6x minus 4x plus 2x plus 2y and minus 11 equal to 6. Okay, so 37 and 39 routine questions we already done similar. So 41 is what the equation circle pass into point of intersection of two circles and orthogonal to this. Okay, everybody completed 37, 39?
Sir, no, sir.
No. Okay. 37 completed, right?
Yes, sir, 37 completed.
I hope now nobody has any problem with the concepts of circles, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
See, again, we will not get this much time to revise. Okay, we may do later on some quick revision, but we are doing quite thoroughly, and even advanced material we are going to do further. So that is a okay. 41. The equation of circle through the common points of different. Okay, so two circles may be intersecting, and passing through these two, there is a circle, and somehow that is intersecting some other circle orthogonal. First circle, second circle, third circle, and we want this. So first of all, I'm going to find this line. Any circle passing through these two will be in the form of S plus lambda L. And for what lambda it will intersect this orthogonal, I'm going to apply orthogonality condition with this third circle. I'm going to get lambda. So 41. Oh, already line is only there. The second circle is not there. So line only directly. Okay. So a circle and line are intersecting at 2 points, then I can directly take S plus lambda L. And for what lambda it will intersect the orthogonal. So x square plus y square minus 16 plus lambda into 2x plus 4y minus 5. That is x square plus y square plus 3 lambda x plus 4 lambda y minus 16 minus 9 lambda 4. That should intersect orthogonally x square plus y square minus 2x plus 4y plus 1. 2g g dash 2 into g is 3 lambda by 2, g dash is minus 1. 2 into this is 2 lambda and this is 2 equal to c plus c dash. You can add, will get minus 15 minus 5 minus 3 lambda plus 8 lambda equal to minus 15 minus 5 lambda. This is 5. 10 lambda equal to minus 15 lambda equal to minus 3 by 2. You can put lambda back minus 3 by 2, bring 2 here. We will get 2x square plus 2y square minus 32 minus 9 minus 12y plus 15 equal to 0. So constant together will be minus 70. Okay, model wise mostly we covered everything. Okay, just some variety of questions, and these are same repetitive questions also there. Okay, 41 method is clear, right, everyone? Okay, 39. Anyway, I'm sure everybody completed. Okay, 41. I'm going to erase. Anybody any doubt? No. Okay, 43. A variable circle through the point P, Q touches exactly the locus of the other end of the diameter. Okay, fine. The question is, we have x-axis and we have a point P, Q. Pass through this, touching this, there are a lot of circles. One circle is like this. There is one diameter through P, Q. It has one point here. There is another circle through P, Q touching x-axis, and that it has one diameter. This is the other end of diameter through P, Q. And there can be a very big circle like this touching x-axis. The diameter will be this. They want locus of this point, and this point. It is somewhat a parabola like this. I'm sure straight down this point is P, 0. It's a vertical parabola with P, 0 as a vertex. You may be able to guess from the options also somewhat what it is. Okay, apart from that, how to do it? Take this other end of the diameter as x1, y. Now you can take circle with these two ends of diameter, you'll get a circle. It should touch x-axis, means you can use g square equal to c. Or you take midpoint of these two, you'll get the center. And you can find the radius in two ways. This height is the radius, or the distance between them is also radius. Either way you can do it. This is x1 plus p by 2, y1 plus 2 by 2. So how will you find the radius? One way to find radius is this y coordinate, which is y1 plus 2 by 2. Another way is half of this distance from here to here, half of root over x1 minus p whole square plus y1 minus p. Half and half will cancel. Now when you equate, you will get y1 plus q whole square equal to x1 minus p whole square, y1 minus p whole square. This y1 minus p whole square, if you bring this side, a plus b whole square minus a minus b whole square is 4a. So you will get y1 plus p whole square minus y1 minus p whole square equal to x1 minus p whole square, which is x minus p whole square equal to 4qy. Okay, that is directly the answer. This is method 1. Method 2, the circle with P, Q and x1, y1 is ends of diameter is x minus p into x minus x1 plus y minus q into y minus y1 equal to 0. When I expand this, I'll get x square plus y square minus p plus x1 into x minus q plus y1 into y plus px1 plus qy1 equal to 0. Now you can use g square equal to c condition for this. And use g square equal to c, 2g is this, so p plus x1 by 2 whole square equal to constant is px1 plus qy. You can send this 4 that side, you are going to get p plus x1 whole square equal to 4px1 4qy. When you bring this one, this side, a plus b whole square minus 4a is a minus b whole square. You get x1 minus b whole square equal to 4qy. That is answer. Okay. Same answer is that we got. Actually, it is a parabola with vertex p, 0. and focus P plus Q. Difficulty to focus. I can even explain that maybe how if you construct a parallel line here where this will be focus and this will be directed. Okay, units downward, and at every time throw distance to this one is equal to distance to this. This is actually distance to focus equal distance to directed. So if I construct one line which is 0, I have to prove this distance is same as distance. Of course, if I take this point, these two distances are equal. Yeah, I guess we can prove that term. Parallel. I think I can prove these 2 points are collinear. Why? These 2 lengths are equal, so these 2 lengths will be equal. This is Q up, this is Q down, so this should be collinear. This should be double of this and parallel to this. Yes. It is possible to prove from here to here double of this length, which is that. All right, that is from physically, but otherwise by equation, these are the 2 methods. Allah sir, clear about 43?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm going to erase. Does anybody need more time? Samir, you need more time. Method 1 completed, Samir?
Sir, you can erase.
I can erase this. Okay, 45. The line which the circle in P and Q R is a variable point in the circle in the locus of R. This is a nice question. 45. Okay, I have a circle and I have a line. They're intersecting at P and Q. Okay. R you can take anywhere. You can take anywhere you want. R here, R here, R here, R. I will discuss some theory about this and then. Okay. Yes, please.
Sir.
Okay. Okay. Let's say I have a circle. You take point A anywhere you want, point B anywhere you want, point C anywhere you want. ABC will have some triangle. It will have some orthocenter. A is variable, B is variable, C is variable, but circle is fixed. Always A, B, C are on the same circle. Does anybody know what is the locus of orthocenter of triangle ABC?
Can you repeat the question?
A is a variable point on the given circle, B is a variable point on the given circle, C is a variable point on the given circle. What is the locus of orthocenter of triangle ABC?
Center of the circle.
Is it always center wherever you take ABC?
Sir, it is the point or center of circles. Means if we take 3 points at the same place, we will get orthocenter there.
Okay. Let us say we are not going to take that kind. We are going really 3 distinct points on that. Okay.
1 minute.
1 minute. What is the locus of orthocenter of triangle ABC? Okay. Let me ask question another way. I have a triangle ABC here. Okay. Of course, I know how to construct orthocenter. I can find 2 altitudes and then find orthocenter. Let us say they are given already on a circle. Is there any easy way to identify where is the orthocenter? I have a circle. I have a triangle ABC. Okay. We have some yes.
Sir, we know the circumcenters.
So we know circumcenter is.
We can find the centroid of the circle, sir.
I am asking geometrical construction, not about finding. Yeah, finding yes. We can find circumcenter. We know centroid is easy. H is to ES to 1 ratio get orthocenter. You are right. In fact, for doing calculations later on, it is useful. We'll use that also. But by geometrical constructions, do you know? Okay, anyway, one simple theorem we might have done first year, but we not use it very often. You draw altitude here. Orthocenter will be there, no? Orthocenter and this point are mirror image of each other. Where altitude meets the circumcircle, that point, and orthocenter, they are mirror image of each other with respect to BC. BC is the perpendicular bisector of them. How? This is one altitude, this is another altitude, this is another altitude. Okay. This is AL extended. Okay, let's say this is H and this is AP. Okay. In fact, I can extend this and call Q. Extend this and call this as R. H and P are image of each other with respect to BC. How is that? We join this P and this P. If I can prove these two are congruent triangles, my job is done. Already this is 90, this is 90. This is a common side. I have to just prove these two angles are equal. Can anybody tell what is this small angle here? How much? This angle is how much? Anybody? Angle HBC is how much? Is it 90 minus C? Angle HBC, is it 90 minus C?
Sir, it is sir, HBC is same as HPC.
HBC, is it 90 minus C? I'm asking.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. Why? This is 90. This angle is C. This is 90 degrees. So what in this right angle triangle, what is this angle will be? 90 minus C. So angle HBC is equal to 90 minus C. Right? Next. Angle HAC, is it also 90 minus C?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Because that is another right angle triangle here, HAC. Where is that? This angle I want. This whole thing is a right angle triangle. This is C, this is 90, so this should be 90 minus C. HAC is 90 minus C. But HAC is same as PBC. You can write HAC or you can write PAC, not a big issue. PAC and PBC, are they equal?
Yes, sir.
Angles in same segment are equal. This angle PBC is by the chord PC subtended at B and by the chord PC subtended at A. PBC and PAC are same. Because this is C, this is 90, this is 90 minus C, even this is also 90 minus C. So this one is 90 minus C, this one is 90 minus C, this one is 90 minus C. Okay, this is 90 minus C separate, this is 90 minus separate, but because these two are equal, even these two are also equal. Is it all right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now these two angles are equal. This is a common side. This is 90, 90. So these are congruent. Then these two are equal. Then they are image of each other. So image of where the altitude meets the circumcircle, image of that with respect to the corresponding side is orthocentric. Is everybody clear about that? Yes.
Yes.
So I'm going to write that statement here. What is that? Okay, this one right properly. Okay, I'll draw a little better figure. This is the circumcenter, this is the altitude, this is another altitude, this is B, this is C, this is A, this is H, this is G, this is L, M, N, Q, and R. Okay. This angle is 90 minus C, this angle is 90 minus C, and this angle PBC is equal to angle PAC is equal to 90 degrees minus C, and angle CBH is equal to 90 minus C. So triangle HBL is congruent to triangle PLB or PBL. Okay, so HL equal to LP, and already the angle 90 is known by construction. So image of P with respect to BC is H, or image of H with respect to BC is P. Similarly, image of Q with respect to CA is also H, and with respect to image of R with respect to AB is also H. Okay, everybody clear about this point, right? Sanjana, are you clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So Veena, have you understood this point?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Please draw this figure, write all these things. Okay, we will continue in the next class again Tuesday.